Good morning. We are in Genesis 26. No, yes, 26. Okay. Now, and there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord prepared unto him and said, No, and the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. Okay? And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, okay? And kept my charge, and my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Verse 6. 26:6, y'all. Preach. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. I'm just going to pause and do a quick recap, guys, about what's going on here, about this chapter. Okay, 26. Let me check up here, okay. Now, there was a fact. God promised to Isaac, okay. You saw. So, at this point, Abraham's dead, y'all. I know. That sucks, I know. But, now, there was a famine in the land, okay. Okay, there's something. I'm trying to get the imagery right here. What's going on here? There's definitely something going on. I'm looking at this, guys. Hold on. And Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech of the Philistines. Okay. Storing in my land. Okay. There's a typing here. There's a typing. I'm trying to put a finger on it. I'm with you guys. It's a spirit-led channel. This is a spirit-led channel. We're not preparing anything. Do not go down into Egypt, dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and I will bless you. For to you and to your offspring I will give all these lands. And I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven, and I will give to your offspring all these lands, and in your offspring all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge and my command. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this, guys, is that Isaac has to obey. He's coming up on him. He's appearing to Isaac. He's saying, "Hey, don't go to Egypt." Okay, he's obeying. He's showing obedience here. He said, "Do this so that I can continue to so I can fulfill my duty." It's not just he has to do something right. And to me, that's an image of us, guys, because yeah, the promise is there, the Christ is there, but we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Okay. Do not go down into Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. In the land of which I shall sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and I will bless you. For to you and to your offspring I will give all these lands. And I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. Okay, so guys, it's don't go to Egypt. Egypt is symbolic of a lot of that stuff, of sin and stuff. So, yeah. Another Christ picture right here. Another Christ picture. Yep. Guys, we're getting all the juice at this channel. We're getting the juice. It's Isaac. He says, don't go to Egypt so that I can fulfill my promise. There's always obedience involved. Always obedience. Always obedience. Will you obey the voice of the Lord and do what Paul tells you to do in James and Peter? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. You're in Egypt. You're in Egypt. Strange doctrines. Strange doctrines. Preach. Okay. Okay, now. Alright. Verse 7. 26 verse 7. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he feared to say, she is my wife, lest, said he, that the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. Same typing imagery. I'm trying to figure out what that means. The whole, oh, we already know about the wife. Yeah, it's a type of Christ. Okay. Everywhere you look, type of Christ. Okay. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, let's slide up here. We got the King James. That's our primary reading. But anytime something is obscure and we just want more clarity, if possible, we're going to go to the English Standard Version. So we're going to go to 26. 9. We want to thank y'all for joining this. Not joining, but watching. We are pushing on. We are in Genesis 26. Okay, so. 26. Let's see. Okay. So Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, she is your wife. How then could you say, she is my sister? Isaac said to him, because I thought lest I die because of her. Okay. Okay. Now I just had another vision, y'all. Not a vision, but another important point is that the Lord's just not telling him not to go to Egypt just to be a control freak. That's not what this is about. He's not just doing that. He's doing that because he's using Isaac to do things also. Not that he needed him, but he's just using him. So, yeah, he's going to be blessed, but guess what? You got work to do. We got to go bump this and bump that and, you know, come on, man. Get with the program, man. Sheesh. Preach. All right. So that's an important point. The God is just not like saying, hey, go do some sprints or go hit a lap. No. God is actually have you doing something. You're actually working. Yeah. Facts. Facts. So Abimelech called Isaac and said, that's important, y'all. God is not just trying to be a control freak, trying to have you doing something just to say he's the boss. That's not what's going on here, or ever. It may seem like that, but no. You got work to do. Trust it. So Abimelech called Isaac. Verse 9, 26, y'all. It said, behold, she is your wife. How then could you say she is my sister? Isaac said to him, because I thought lest I die because of her. Abimelech said, what is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife. and you would have brought guilt upon us. There's definitely something going on here, guys. So Abimelech warned all the people, saying, whoever touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Okay, there's definitely something going on here. I typed it. And I dawned on me too. I mean, we already had this situation before with Abraham. He did it twice. Now you got Isaac. And now it's the same king again, Abimelech. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say. He's going to come to me. But look, yeah. Let me see what it says in King James about the laying with a 26:10. It says, and Abimelech said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lion, might lightly have lion, easily, up here it says easily have lain, might lightly have lion. 26:9. And Abimelech said, behold, of a surety she is our. And Abimelech, what is thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lied with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. There's definitely some complex stuff going on here. I'm not going to try to get into it. I know it's about the Christ. I know it's about, it could be a double-sided Christ coin because, I don't know. It could be a double-sided Christ coin because, for one, we want the Christ blood on us. The whole blood guilty thing with us and the Christ is pretty complex. Now, but for one, it works both ways, okay. The whole blood guiltiness thing, that's a lot, man. You know, as far as blood guiltiness, once you know about the Christ, you know, it's definitely on you at that point, the blood guilty. Because at this point, you understand how that works. And the divine justice that took place. It's definitely on you at that point. Not only for your personal, but for other people too. You gotta. I'm not telling you to become a preacher, but if there's a situation where you feel like you had the power to inform somebody, then it would be on you too. That's blood guilty on you too, because you're not telling them about the Christ and how that happened for our sin. So blood guiltiness works a lot of ways. You know, it works a lot of ways, and it does work a lot of ways. You know, Satan and all that. He's got stuff on him too. I mean, he's guilty of a lot. You know, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep on that, but yeah, man. It speaks about blood guiltiness in the New Testament about it being on them if you don't. Yeah, the Christ's blood guilt, man, it's there, brother. It's there. He's on the cross. I mean, he went to the cross for our sins. There's blood guilt there, man. Yeah, it cleanses us. It's deep, man, with all that. It's deep. So we're going to let that go by for a minute, man. But look, I'm on the case, bro. I'm on the case. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. at the appropriate time. Let me do a recap after this chapter. People don't understand this basic stuff, and it's deep, man. I just want to get every facet that we can, because yeah, blood guilt, it's on us. So, okay, so what is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain. We're going to do this from English Standard Version for a minute, just for this, right? Because this blood guilt is one of the most important topics in the Bible. I don't want to miss a point on this, so we're going to go to English Standard. We're not going, we're just there for a minute. And Isaac sowed, whoever touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Might have easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us. So Abimelech warned all the people, saying, whoever touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Okay. So this is, yeah. Just basic stuff, being informed. Being informed also. We're informed as Christians. We're informed about the Christ. And this is basically, Abimelech warned the people, saying, whoever touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So it's a double-edged sword with the Christ. Yeah, we want the Christ. We've been informed. But at the same time, it's like, okay, now there's a commandment that comes in. It's saying, okay, this is what the Christ means, so boom. Now, don't do this. Yeah. That's just one of the possible meanings. So you have an event, if Abimelech is preaching, he warned the people. That's just, that's what I'm doing to now. And Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich. Okay, so Isaac sowed in that land and reaped the same year 100-fold. Ha! He reaped 100-fold, y'all. And the Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and gained more and more until he became very wealthy. He had possessions of flocks and herds and many servants, so that the Philistines envied him. Yep. Envy. Ooh, it's not good. Now the Philistines had stopped and filled with... Okay, so here we have... And now the Philistines had stopped and filled with earth all the... Let's slide back down. Alright. Okay. 26:12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. For he had possessions, 26:14, y'all. And he waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. Okay. Yep, this looks like a possible image of today's times. How there's so many bad teachings. They fill the wells of the earth. Stuff like that. So that's not something we want. Okay. To me, yeah, that's a possible image of they envied him. Okay. Okay. Filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. Okay. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names which his father had called them. Okay, guys. That's what we're doing here, guys. We're digging up old wells. This book has been around, I don't want to say forever because Christ just died, but yeah. We're opening up the old channels, y'all, here. This is old stuff we're bringing up, but just straight facts. Preach. Preach. That's what we're doing, guys. We're digging up old wells. The ones that matter. We're digging up old wells here, guys. Okay? We're digging up old wells here. Okay. Alright. Drink. Okay. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. Preach. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. Strove with him. Strove. Let's see that in 20. I like that word. And the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, The water is out. So he called the name of the well Esek, because he contended with him. Preach. Sounds like the world contending. Oh, we don't want to do this, or once they'd always saved. We don't want to hear 1 Peter. We don't want to hear, no, we just give us John 3:16. We're good. That's right. We don't want to hear Psalms. We don't want to hear nothing. We just want to hear, a verse, and that's it. We don't even want to hear that. Preach. Sounds like them. So, yeah. Okay. Now, okay. And they digged another well and strove for that also. Preach! You guys just don't ever give up. I don't care, man. And they strove for that one also. Golly, let it go. Drop the big ones. And they called the name of it Sitna. And he removed from thence and digged another well, for that they strove not. Preach! And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Now, I just had an imagery type of maybe something. Okay. These 3 wells look like images possible. Now, I'm just talking. That's not what it's saying. Okay. For one, you had the prophets. Adam, the commandment, thou shalt not eat of the tree. That's one well. The next well is the 10 Commandments. Boom. Maybe the third well is the law. And then finally the Christ. They strove for that not. Boom. Just saying, man. Preach. It's looking like these wells might be types of Christ. You got the law. You got the commandment that was broken. Then you got the law. Then you got the prophets. First you got the commandment, then you got the judges, then you got the law. Then you got the Christ. I don't know. All right. And the Lord appeared unto him in that same night and said, I am the God of Abraham. No. For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. Told y'all it was about the faith. He just said that earlier. Because that Abraham, verse 5:26, you shall be blessed because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my law. So why is he doing this for Isaac? Because of Abraham. Why are we living? Why do we have our faith? Because of Abraham. Why did Abraham do it? Because that was the design for him to do it. That was the design. It was foreshadowed. Did God know Abraham was going to go? Yes. Could he have not gone? Probably. But guess what? It's a model. God would have found another way. Trust me. He would have found another way. There is no stopping God. But Abraham went. He's a model of our faith. Yep. That's another rabbit hole about Abraham and his spirit. I wouldn't be surprised if Abraham's spirit was right on there with Christ somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Abraham's spirit in us right now. Probably. Not Bible, I'm just saying it's his faith. I didn't say it said that, I'm just saying. He's our patriarch, man. We're his seed. We're his seed through the Christ. Yeah. 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 Okay. If you're obeying the word of God, you're in the image of Abraham and Christ. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar. No. And the Lord appeared to him today. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. Okay. Yeah. That's what I like, man. This well thing, there's something going on with this well thing. It's an image of preaching. It's an image of I want to say it's an image of just the church and preaching and just spreading the word. I want to say that. I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm just saying. That's what it looks like. I mean, that's what I'm getting out of it. Dig the well. Because what happens when you dig a well? It's spreading. It's an, you know. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. We've seen Phicol before. This is something going on here with this Abimelech. And Isaac said unto him, Wherefore come ye to me, saying you hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt thee, betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and swear. There we go, rising up again. Let's go, Falcons. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and swear one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri, the Hittite. And Bashima, the daughter of Elon. Dang, Elon, you been around that long? Sheesh. The daughter of Elon. Knew something was going on with that guy. Knew it. The Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah. Let's see, 26:34. All right, so we did that. Let's just go over. Let's see. 27. Okay. And Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzath, his advisor, and Phicol, the commander of his army. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We see plainly that the Lord has been with you." So we said, "Let there be a sworn pact between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you." I just had an epiphany. Hold on, about the Christ thing. Okay. When we have the Christ, y'all, God can't just swat us down when we're doing right, because He can't just kill Himself. He can't hurt His own Son's spirit. So when we do this, and we say, when we're in the Christ, God can't do nothing to us rightly, justly, because we're in the image of the Christ. Okay. So that's what that is. That explains how the Christ works. Yeah, it works, but God cannot just rightly punish it, because if you know His character, then you know that that's just the way it goes. God's not gonna hurt Himself. I mean, He did on the cross, but He's not gonna punish Himself. When He punished Himself on the cross, that was for us. There's no. So I don't know if I read that into that right, but yeah, just something I had on me. All right, so you are now the blessed. You are now the blessed of the Lord. So He made them a feast, and they ate and drank. Why do you come to me, verse 27, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you? They said, "We see plainly that the Lord has been with you." We see plainly. We see plainly. No, we don't. Oh, God isn't real. Oh. We see plainly that the Lord has been with you. Facts. We see plainly that the Lord has been with you. Let me see what that says up here. 27:28. No, 26:28. They said, "We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee." We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. Yeah, that's big, man. We saw certainly. We see plainly that the Lord is with thee. We saw certainly that the Lord is with thee. Guys, this is not... Guys, do you guys hear that? Abimelech said, "We see plainly that the Lord is with thee." We see plainly. What does that mean? That means it's possible not to see plainly. It can be sometimes hard to see. We really have to be looking. You really have to be seeing. You really have to know what to look for. Or, the Lord doesn't, the world doesn't know. Okay. Look at the Christ. They didn't even see it on Him. And He was working miracles and confounding all of their statements and arguments. So, I'm just talking here. I'm not saying anything. It's right on, but yeah. We see plainly that the Lord is with thee. We see plainly now. We see plainly that the Lord was here. We see plainly that the Christ was here. You're being told very plainly on this channel, in multifaceted, manifold examples. I'm giving you more than you need at this channel. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, we see plainly that the God is here. We see plainly. The Christ came, man. That ain't even up for debate. But we love it. We'll talk about it all day. If it's something there to be taught, if there's an audience. This channel was made, y'all. Let me just stop. Yeah. We see plainly. We see plainly. We see plainly. The Lord came plainly. And his teachings are very plain and straightforward. Period. Facts. If you're not in line, you are an idiot. That was me. You are in complete rebellion. You are in complete denial. You don't want to see nothing. You don't want to hear nothing. Guess what? You're striving well after well after well. Guess what? They're going to have another well, bro, that you ain't going to mess with. You can't get out the way of this. You can't get out of the way of this. You trying to get out of the way of the Christ, it's like you trying to survive without breathing air. You jump in the lake and try to breathe underwater. And tell me if you're still alive after about 3 minutes. That's how good your chances are of going against the Christ. That's how good your chances are. You can't get out of the way of this. The Lord has spoken plainly. We see plainly that the Lord is with thee. Okay? Let me try to close this out, man, so we can push on for a minute. 1 Peter, get at least a verse or two in. Yeah. We see plainly. We see plainly that the Lord is with thee. Yeah. I see plainly that the Lord is not with y'all. I see plainly that this people need this preaching. They need this channel. I see plainly that the Lord is not with you guys. We're in the right place though, man. We're gonna give you as much as we can here at this Lord. If you feel like you need some extra, it's just not enough having one study a week or one little verse a week, guys. We're doing a whole chapter thoroughly every day here. We're doing a whole chapter thoroughly every day here. We're doing a whole chapter thoroughly every day here. If you feel like you're just not getting enough in your regular world life, they're just whatever, man. You can get it here, man. You can get it here. Preach. We got a well that was dug here, man. We got a lot to drink over here because we see plainly. We see plainly that, guys, I'm going to tell it to you plainly here. You're going to get it plainly. Yeah. You're going to get it plainly. You guys are lacking. You guys are lacking. I plainly see that you're lacking. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave you alone. So he sees plainly. Yep. Okay, we see certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee. And as we have done unto thee nothing good, but good, and have sent thee away in peace, thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass that same day that Isaac's servants came, and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. That looks like the resurrection. That looks like the resurrection. Just saying. We found the Christ. He's back. We found the Christ. We found him. He's back. He didn't die. And he called it Sheba, before the name of the city in Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon. Dude, this guy is everywhere, man. Same guy. Which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and Rebekah, and to Rebekah. Okay. That's our reading, man. Let me check out 1 Peter real quick. Got about a couple minutes. But let it be the hidden man. No, for after this manner in the old time, the women. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are also. Preach. Like I just said earlier about Abraham. As long as you do well. Preach. And are not afraid with any amazement. Let me check with 3 verse 6. As Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you after her children, if you do good, and you are her children, if you do good and do not fear anything that is frightening. Okay. Three verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto thy wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. Not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing. Let's check that one over here. 3 verse 9. Do not repay evil for evil, or reviling for reviling, but on the contrary bless, For to this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. For whoever desires to love life and see good days. Okay, so God, what he's saying is that, yeah, you're supposed to be getting a blessing. So that's the only thing you should be giving out is blessings. Don't try to make justice for yourself and give everybody what they're due. Because what you're due is not, what you're due is punishment. You know, the Christ is giving you a gift. Receive it gracefully and stop trying to give everybody what you think they're owed, because we're not owed that gift. The gift was given to us. So why don't you give somebody else something they don't deserve and just give them some kindness despite what they really ought to get. Okay? Preach. Alright, so guys, we're going to stop right there because of time, but look, I wish we could do more of this First Peter thing, man, but we're dead set on this Genesis thing. What I might do is just do one of those. Okay. It's not going nowhere. Maybe on the weekend or Sunday I'll do one New Testament. Alright, so guys, thank you. We're on YouTube at Preach Facts, 2 words. You can reach out on the Gmail at preachfacts7@gmail.com. Preachfacts7@gmail.com. Have a good day.